What's good, guys? Welcome back to All About Arsenal, and today, Thomas Partey. So let's get into it, but firstly, rest in peace to Diogo Jota. I mean, what can you say, man? His parents have lost all of their kids, I believe. I believe it was only the two brothers. A wife has lost her husband after 10 days of marriage. The kids have lost a father and an uncle. One of the things I just like to say is that, you know what? Appreciate each and every day, because you never know. And I know it's such a cliche, but yesterday really hit me. That really hit me, because this guy had plans for the future, had plans for his kids, looking forward to another season with Liverpool, what they could potentially win, and that's done. That's all done at 28. So appreciate every day with your loved ones. Let them know that you love them. Very important, man. But Thomas Partey, I know today's video is not my usual jovially, eccentric type of video, but this one has been doing the rounds that Thomas Partey has now been charged. He's been charged with, I know, please don't fully quote me, please check online, but I know it's sexual assault, or I should be saying SA, but it's not like I'm actually monetized anyways. It doesn't really make a difference. He's been charged with SA, and he's been charged with, I think, accounts of rape as well. So you can imagine it's doing its rounds. The court of public opinion is in full swing, and some people are firstly trying to say that Arsenal knew. I think that's absolute rubbish. Arsenal, with all of their legal representation, would not jeopardize the reputation of a whole football club because of one player that happens to be good. Some people are saying that if it was any other player that was lesser, Arsenal would have suspended them. Probably true, but we don't know. And hopefully we don't have to wait for something to happen for us to know what Arsenal would do. Personally, I don't see nothing wrong with Arsenal sticking by their man and backing their player who has allegations. He wasn't charged at all. It's got nothing to do with Arsenal Football Club if it takes the defence 3 years for them to finally come and charge him. We don't know why they plan to do it like that. I personally think they waited for 3 years because he doesn't have the backing of Arsenal Football Club. Some of us might think that's not important, but he doesn't have that support network anymore. So let's get him while he's vulnerable as well. Financially, he's going to be vulnerable as well. So let's get him now, because he doesn't have a giant like Arsenal behind his back. And for me, what I don't really get is like people are now talking about a possible Arsenal cover-up. Are people right in the head? Arsenal Football Club are not going to jeopardize their reputation because of one player. They are not going to crumble because of one player. Do you think their reputation means more or is less, whichever way you want to see it, because of a league title? This is stupidity. And Arsenal Football Club haven't done anything illegal. Some people might question it's moral. If somebody says it's an allegation, he's not being charged for it. What? Kick him out and not allow him to do anything. And the worst thing about it is that what happens if it comes back and it's found that this guy's not guilty? What's going to happen then? There's going to be mass apologies. A lot of people, you know what, scratch that. A lot of people will not even apologize. They just won't say anything about it. They'll keep quiet and continue like, I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything. There's so many examples in history, and history has taught us that all I'm saying is that I don't know the full, I wasn't there. A lot of us wasn't there. Is between him and what these women have said about him. But look at stories such as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. They literally finished that man. He was losing contracts, losing support. This guy was so popular in Hollywood. He, young heartthrob of Hollywood when like Johnny Depp first came out. Here comes Amber Heard accusing him of something so that goes against the character of Johnny Depp, of what we've known and seen about him for all these years. Found not guilty. But look at the reputational damage. Think about the emotional damage. So what's wrong with Arsenal sticking by their man? And I'm sure if he was charged, Arsenal would have told him, listen, on your bike, you're suspended. But just because somebody said you've done something, So tell me what happens next time. What happens if there's a particular football team and 5 of your players are under allegations, or there's allegations against them? Let's just suspend all of them. We can't live like that, because somebody brings out an allegation and all of a sudden that's it. We have to accept the court of, public opinion and just go with it. So now some people are also questioning about the timing, that perhaps there's something a little bit weird going on. As soon as he's gone from Arsenal, now he's charged for it. I don't think that's got nothing to do with the whole contract, the whole contract situation he had. Arsenal, from what I believe, were trying to offer him a new contract, but he didn't want it because money was the issue. And we know he was getting about 150 bags a week. That's a lot of money. And also probably seeing that you're 31, 32, we don't want to continue forking out for that much money for you, where perhaps they'll probably might only offer him one more year on his contract. I see it like this. Any defense has seen he's not with Arsenal anymore, right? They probably haven't fully concluded their investigations, but for the mere fact he doesn't have a giant like Arsenal support him anymore, let's go for him now. Let's target him. Let's get him now while he doesn't have that support anymore. That's my, my personal view, because lawyers are a different mindset to the average person. They don't think like we do. They are very calculative and they're balancing so many things before they decide to actually take an action. And this is the thing and I just hope that the Arsenal fan base doesn't start getting divided, which we probably are already. But people have to realize this once again. It's innocent before proven guilty. What tends to happen whenever there's an allegation, yes, you're this, you're that. And what I'm going to say is that forget about football tribalism. Put tribalism completely out of the way. You have to deal with the situation on hand. And let's see what the court actually says. But for people for trying to say, oh, if Arsenal knew, they should be this, if Arsenal knew this, that, if Arsenal knew. Come on. Do you think if Arsenal knew that he did this, that these guys will continue to play him because, oh, we are injury struck, or we don't have our best players, or he's one of our best players? Arsenal are not stupid. Arsenal are not a stupid football club, and I definitely believe that. I'm not just saying this because it's my club and I support them and I'm an avid supporter, but come on. I think there's a bit of people's personal feelings against the football club, and they would hope something like this would happen to Arsenal Football Club. But I don't think there's no fair play at all. It doesn't make sense to me at all. But let's watch this space and see what happens with Thomas Partey. But also what I want to say, that men out there, you need to protect yourselves. I'm sorry to say this, but men of power, men of influence, you are always going to be a target. You're always going to be a target no matter what. So a lot of these guys, and I think I'm just saying this, I'm not saying this is Partey, but a lot of guys, when you have money and you have influence, I think you can forget to protect yourself. That's why people rate, what's that guy from PSG? Hakimi. That's why people rate Hakimi so much, because obviously of how he played the whole situation and what his wife was trying to do, X, Y, Z. That's what a lot of men, they rate him for what he's done. Men need to protect themselves. If you know you're about to do something with a female, this, that, and the other, especially you're on that status, make sure that you have your evidence and some type of consent. Yo, babe, I'm coming tonight. I'm looking forward to X, Y, Z. What's going to happen? She responds that, oh yeah, this, that, I can't wait, this, that. That's evidence to show that, listen, we can see that there was up for it. After whatever that's happened, you message and say, oh yeah, it was a great night, blah, blah. Oh yeah, it was a wonderful night. I enjoyed it too. I'm not encouraging guys out there to start doing X, Y, Z. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to say is that men need to be wiser and find ways to protect yourself, especially if you're a man in that type of position, because you are always going to be open for attack. And a lot of players like Partey and other players who've experienced this should have learnt from other people's experiences as well. That listen, if it could happen to them, it could happen to me. Footballers are the easiest targets. They have a lot of money, they have a lot of power, they have a lot of influence, they have fame, they get paid ridiculous amounts of money. And all I'm saying is that, I'm not trying to say that it's another case of women trying to bring him down. I'm not saying that at all, but all I'm saying is that men need to protect themselves. You need to protect yourselves. Even if it means that there's some type of consent you get. I know it's weird in this time and age, but you need to be very, very careful, because this is just becoming, is wild now. It's wild. And we know that the law isn't always favorable to men in this type of situation, but all I say, if Thomas Partey is innocent, then boy, a lot of apologies are due. If he's guilty, then bro, you deserve whatever that comes to you. But I should end it here because, yo, I don't want to get too emotionally driven into this, because obviously as a man, you read stuff all the time, you see videos, you know what goes on, and I just think it's a sad case. But Arsenal Football Club shouldn't be held accountable as such. Probably in the court of moral opinion, some people say Arsenal probably could have done more, but this is their employee, they've backed him, we've not seen anything. So a lot of people are now talking about Arteta, that Arteta was basically saying that he thinks he's a great guy on and off the pitch. That's his opinion. Arteta is entitled to his opinion about a player from what he has seen. He has not commented about the situation. He's just saying from his perspective, this is how he sees the player. Arteta shouldn't be attacked for it. That's why I'm trying to say that tribalism should go out of the window. Just take the case on face value and take it from there. Let's watch this space, and definitely, because he's been charged, there's definitely going to be a trial, and let's see what happens about that. But boy, men, protect yourselves once again, and I'll be back for another video, hopefully a bit more of a cheerful one. But until the next time, guys, peace.